Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears, and the San Francisco 49ers. With that, let's get you out to Silicon Valley, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, as we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said, the key to any ball game. Can you rush theirs and protect yours? Well, in this case, both of these teams get after the quarterbacks. I'm watching the pass rush.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who grew up just outside of Cleveland on Lake Erie, Mitchell Trubisky. Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. Here,
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
We often overuse the term heart and soul when we talk about a player being just that for his team, but not in the case of Kyle Long in Chicago. He's shown his ability to be a Pro Bowl guard, a Pro Bowl tackle, but it's his passion for the game, his passion for his teammates that sets the tone for the entire team.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama, and he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. This is Miller, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. From 19 yards away. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're back up to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now it's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20, 10. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll run forward with Tariq Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 3-yard touchdown run as the Bears push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They go play action here on first down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league, too.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Come on, D.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Got him in. He finds Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 180. No. Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. And that's complete to Sanders. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 18 yards, first down Niners.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Here we go.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Garoppolo now. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Toilolo. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Emmanuel Sanders there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. Makes it 14-7. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
We got this.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. Now Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson.
Trubisky's pass. Complete to Allen Robinson.
How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Throwing here, Trubisky. Finding Gabriel, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Let's go, D.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go play action with Trubisky. Open man is Trey Burton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 20-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Trubisky now, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Ben Braunecker there to make the grab as the Bears push further out in front.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Garoppolo out wide here to Samuel. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense, exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Switch gears.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there for the Niners. 53 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7 our score.
49ers 7.
Here we go.
Big stuff, G. Big stuff.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively was Buster screen to knock it away.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Tight end's right.
This is Coleman. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
We ain't giving up nothing today.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This one taken from the 7. And some strong running. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. And they've got to figure out how to stop some of the highlights that we're seeing on the screen here.
And what it feels like, he's going to say it doesn't matter what you put out here. I am having a big-time performance. I'm playing at a big-time level. Just keep throwing me the football.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Trubisky now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's got Miller. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 42 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Trubisky to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd and short.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Trubisky will throw, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as the Bears push further out in front. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Niners on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. On third down, here's Coleman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here we go. Ready?
It's 59. Mike's at 59. Not today, you are. Not today.
On play action, now Garoppolo. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's second down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Niners on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo shrugs him off. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coach was always saying, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he will have the first down here as he's up to the 15. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They run, Montgomery. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Got a man open. It's Wims. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Tevin Coleman and the rest of the offense making their way back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, Mike, they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Coleman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Here we go. 180!
Watch the run.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Roquan Smith. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
All day, defense, all day.
To throw is Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half.
Here we go.
But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
6 guys. Check 6.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing on 1st is Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. 13 yards there and a Niner 1st.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Garoppolo now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's caught by Sanders. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Well, that's complete to Sanders. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Back to 59. Watch QB draw. Watch QB.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
This offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team, keep your offense moving at a really high level, and it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here first and 10. After the interception, here's Trubisky. Robinson's got it. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3.
I got you.
Now it's Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Let's go one more.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. He may try and run for this. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one has certainly been one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference as the teams have already come back out onto the field for the second half. So let's get you back out as well to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Check.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Here we go. 180. Check. Don't let him breathe.
Garoppolo on first down. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
I got you.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here we go. 180. Watch the twist.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here we go. 180. That's what I do.
2nd down, this is Wilson. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
A 34-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you know, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. This is Cohen. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and it'll bring up third down.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus,
Yeah.
On the mental focus on the whole
that's
thing.
true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return is Cohen. Breaks through the contact. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
180! Right there, 56. Defense wins championships, man.
On second down, it's Montgomery. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Good up, 180! Watch the screen!
And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. And the stats on the screen tell the story. A great start. This defense, they've made some good adjustments, so he's fallen off since.
Have to like what they did at the half, but you also have to like the fact that they hung in there. Despite the fact they had a tough first half, he was locked in, right? And rocking and rolling. They came out, made their adjustments, got their confidence back. Now they're causing him all sorts of trouble.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Wims. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Javon Wims, 79 yards as the Bears push further out in front. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
He was brought down by a team hit. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with those 4 touchdown passes. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Trubisky. Rolling to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Trubisky will throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Mike, here we go. 180! Hey, here I come. Here I come.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's second and 10 now from the 35. Now Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A first down there on a pickup at 25. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a first and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Coleman now. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, you don't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Gold is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky. He's going to loft one. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
A gain of 40 yards. 1st down, Bears.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down and 4, Trubisky. Javon Wims, the intended target, but now it's 3rd down.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Trubisky. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Here's Coleman. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that's caught inside the 35. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. Throwing now is Garoppolo. They shakes him off. Forced out to his left. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need? All day, baby, all day.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo drops it off for Coleman. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
You ain't going nowhere.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, this from 53. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, well, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them.
Here we go.
Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Garoppolo again. The Sanders has got it complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
We want this.
Here's Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Broniker. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now it's Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's Trubisky. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That sack by Khalil Mack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Garoppolo now. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 180. Get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Check 56. Watch the flash. Watch the flash.
On first down, it's Montgomery. Montgomery a first down and then some. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, they feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. He's knocking on that door for a 100-yard gain.
And what receiver doesn't want to be part of the Century Club? Every receiver, when the game starts, wants to have 100 or more yards next to his name. It's a badge of honor, but it also shows that you're helping out your team.
And he has certainly been helping out his team so far. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. Still on his feet. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Caught on a slant. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by one more. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now Garoppolo. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 180! 59, Mike to 59. Coming!
Garoppolo looks to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
But now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
Get up! 180! Here we go, D!
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Oh, Trubisky going to throw. And almost intercepted. If he could have picked it, maybe some space to go the other way. Instead, it's third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in.
180. Check pass. Watch the edge.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Right there, 54 Mike. So don't say nothing.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.